Thanks for joining me for day 8 of Recovery Chair Yoga, where we'll work through seated mobility exercises together for improved range of motion. This exercise program is appropriate for beginners, seniors, or anyone recovering from an injury. When you're ready, let's go ahead and step those feet wide here. And as always, we're going to take just a moment to settle into the breath. This is an important part of our healing, and we want to make sure we're not holding the breath as we exercise today. Taking a first deep inhale through the nose, heavy exhale through the mouth. For our next breath, let's go ahead and take those arms tall overhead, reaching high through the fingers. Exhale, coming down. Good. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale, coming down. One more time here. Inhale, tall. Exhale, reaching low. Good. With those arms beside us, let's go ahead and take a reach off down to the right as we look up towards the left. Hand on the hip if that's helpful. Good. Our next breath is going to help pull us tall to center. And we're just switching out here, dropping left as we look up to the right. Finding a full deep inhale through the nose. Heavy exhale through the mouth. Good. Next breath is going to pull us to center. Let's take that once more on each side as we work on our lateral flexion of the spine here. Dropping right, looking left. Big inhale helps us lift the chest. Good. Inhale, tall to center. This time, dropping back to the left as we look up towards the right. Good. Inhale, tall. From here, let's take those arms high overhead once more. We're going to continue to build on that internal and external rotation. Good. So spinning the thumbs forward, spiraling the pinkies back as if they're reaching for the wall behind us. Perfect. Still taking those full, easy breaths. And as we rotate here, almost like we're twisting a doorknob, we see that motion in the hands. We're going to continue to take that motion all the way up the arms and even into the shoulders. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping those heavy arms beside us, giving them a little shake here. We're going to take that same turning motion, now reaching downwards. As we inhale, thumbs spin back. Good. As we exhale, those pinkies spiral forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Good. Starting to find that motion all the way up the arms. Even starting to involve the shoulders. Good. As those pinkies spin forward, the chest lifts. We get broad across the collarbones. Those shoulder blades are gently pinching together. Rounding here. Thumbs go back. Good. Really spreading those shoulder blades wide like wings. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Good. 2 more here. Inhale forward. Exhale, rounding. Inhale forward. Exhale, rounding. Good. Bringing those hands to rest on the knees once more. Let's go ahead and start to warm up the hips today. We've already got those feet stepped wide. And we're going to come into some hip circles here. Super slow motion to start. Gently making our way around here. Good. Still following that dedicated, easy breath. Drawing in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Good. Let's take 2 more full rotations here, all the way around. Good. As we meet back at center, Just taking our time, we're gonna take that in reverse, going the other way. Again, super slow motion to start. Backing out of any areas that feel sharp or too intense. And if leaning forward is difficult, we can keep that more upright. We're just looking for that circular motion here. Good. Let's find 2 more full rotations here. Perfect. Coming back to center. When you're ready, let's take those elbows to the waistline, to the lower ribs, and we're gonna start to press overhead, reaching tall. As we come down here, pulling, like we're pulling a weight down, pressing up, like we're lifting a weight overhead. Inhale to lower, exhale to press. Inhale to lower, exhale to press. Good, inhale to lower, exhale, pressing. Rising for 5. Rising for 4. Rising for 3. Good. Rising for 2. And 1. Perfect. Dropping those arms beside us here. Let's take a gentle reach down to the right as we look left. As we inhale, coming up, gentle reach to the left as we look right. Good. Inhale, tall to center. From here with those hands on the knees, let's go ahead and slide down, coming into our first forward fold of the day here. As far as feels comfortable, if we feel this is where we're at today, this is where we're at today. If it's feeling comfortable, we'll start to gently slide forward. As we exhale, dropping the head to send the gaze behind us, looking for the wall behind us. Good, take a full inhale. Heavy exhale. Feel the body sink and gently relax under its own weight. Good, when you're ready, gently sliding right on back up those legs. We're gonna take a really gentle back bend here. For today, that might look like just looking directly up, leaning back an inch or 2. If it feels okay, we'll lean onto the bar of that chair and gently look up. Nothing crazy here. Good. As we rise back to center, letting those abdominal muscles pull us up. Let's come into our first twist here to warm up. We're gonna bring those knuckles together at center. Shoulder height if this feels okay. Lower if we need to. When you're ready, we're just twisting left and right. Really keeping that spine stacked on top of itself. You can think of kind of leaving the lower body behind, twisting at the waist and above. Taking the head with us as we turn here. Good. And as we're able to, we'll start to kind of send the gaze over the shoulders here, as if we're looking back behind us. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Coming back to center, let's start to deepen that twist here. Let's go to the left first, dropping both hands to the outside of that left leg, and we're looking straight off to the left. Let's find a deep breath here, even in this twist, expanding the ribs, full inhale. Heavy exhale. Perfect. When you're ready, spinning over, taking those hands to the right as we look directly off to the right. Big full deep breath opens the lungs. Heavy exhale. Good. One more breath here. Deep inhale. to center here. Let's go ahead and take that left arm straight out beside us. And we're gonna follow that reach across, like you're tracing the horizon here. And we're gonna catch that gently on the right. Gentle pull of the arm, we should feel that in the shoulder, in the deltoid. And we're gonna take our eyes looking straight off to the left. Good, finding one more deep breath here. Heavy exhale. Good, as we release this side, right arm comes straight out beside us. And again, reaching across the horizon, reaching through the fingers, catching with that left arm. Sending the gaze straight off over that right shoulder. Good. Finding one more deep breath here. Full inhale through the nose. Inflating the lungs. Heavy exhale. Perfect. As we release this side, let's go ahead and come into some cat-cow breaths to kind of further warm up the spine. So with those hands on the knees, full inhale lifts the chest. We're arching the low back. That tailbone is pointing towards the wall behind us. As we exhale, rounding forward any amount, like a cat, rounding the upper back. Good. Inhale, arching the low back, chest lifts. Exhale, rounding, really curling the spine forward like a C. This time the tailbone tucks under, chin reaches for the chest. Good. Inhale to reverse. Now we're going to reverse the C of the spine backwards. Looking up, low back arches, tailbone points towards the wall behind us. Good. Exhale, rounding. Dropping the head as much as is comfortable, whatever level we're at today. Inhale, arching back. Perfect. As we come back to center here, let's go ahead and take those arms tall overhead, reaching high. As we exhale, we're going to find that strong goalpost we've been building. One full breath here, holding strong. Deep inhale. Heavy exhale. Staying here for a few breaths if this is where we're comfortable. If you're ready to, let's start to close those arms. So elbows, forearms, palms meet. We're keeping the elbows lifted to shoulder height if we can, dropping a little if we need to. Good, one breath. With our next inhale, opening wide, right back to our goalpost like you're opening a window. Gently pinching the shoulder blades back. Exhale, together. Good, inhale to open. Exhale, together. Inhale, opening for 3. We're gonna go to 5 today. Exhale, together. Good, big inhale, opening for 4. Exhale, together. Good, last one, big inhale, opening for 5, holding for 1 breath. Perfect, and dropping those arms beside us. From here, let's actually take those hands to the waist, and we're gonna kind of pull the elbows forward and back. Kind of like we're moving a chicken wing here. Those elbows pull towards one another at the front, and we gently pull them back. Good. This helps with a little spinal flexibility. And we're getting a gentle range of motion in the shoulder as well here. Perfect. All right, when you're ready, let's take those hands overhead once more. At the top here, we're going to interlace those fingers. Let's flip those palms tall towards the ceiling. When you're ready, we're going to start to hinge forward at the hips as much as is comfortable. If this is where we're at today, this is where we're at today. If you're feeling good here, we can come a little lower. Good, we're gonna find a gentle pulse for 5, 4, 3, good, 2, 1. Big inhale, core muscles, pull us tall, gentle press high. Good, exhale, let's release those arms beside us. While we're here, let's take a gentle reach down to the right. Again, working on that spinal flexibility. Big inhale to center, and we're dropping left. Good. Inhale to center. Let's go ahead and kick those feet together. So finding a right angle in the legs. And we're going to start with some leg extensions here. So lifting the leg as much as is comfortable, pointing through the toes, and we're just alternating with the breath here. Inhale to switch. Good. Breathing as we go here. And if we are having trouble with this, knee pain or any other reasons, we can kind of think of just pointing the toe out, just lifting an inch or two off the ground and pointing down, starting to build that motion. Good. Pointing here any height, 1 inch or more. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. From here, let's go ahead and kick those feet out long. So we're kind of resting on the heels. And let's start to work on our ankle mobility again today. Starting with a press of both feet, so all 10 toes are reaching forward. We should feel a gentle stretch in the top of the ankle. As we inhale, pulling those toes back as if those toes could touch the shins. Good. Pointing and pulling back here. Pointing and pulling back. From here, we're going to take kind of a windshield wiper motion on the heels, rolling left and right, starting to involve those muscle groups on both sides of the ankles. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back at center here, we're going to start to find some circles of the ankles. So I'm going to go outwards first. Big toes kind of come together and then they come wide apart. Good. Nice, slow, deliberate movements. Really letting all those ankle structures range and roll around one another. Warming them up for movement, for walking. This helps us prevent injury as well. Good. When you're ready, let's take those in reverse. So now big toes together and then they go wide the opposite way. Good. Slow and deliberate at your own pace here. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Back at center. Let's come right back into a point. So all 10 toes reaching, stretching the top of the ankle. As we inhale, toes pull back as if they could touch those shins. Good. Pointing, reaching. Inhale, pulling back. Good. From here, kind of letting those feet relax for a moment, we're going to start to crunch the toes tightly, spreading those toes wide. As we inhale, crunching, crunching tight. Exhale, spreading wide, big toe as far apart from pinky toe as possible. Inhale, crunching. Exhale, spreading wide. Good, last one here, inhale, crunching tight. Exhale, spreading wide. Good. Starting to work on strengthening the muscles of our feet, which is important for balance and things we do every day. When you're ready, stepping those feet back wide here. We're gonna go ahead and come back into a couple of hip circles, just taking 2 or 3 each direction, keeping those hips nice and mobile. And then when you're ready, switching 2 or 3 the other way. Good, settling into that nice easy breath, letting it come and go, and starting to be aware if we are holding the breath. Good, let's take one more this direction, and we'll come back tall to center. As always, starting to take that motion into the neck here, starting to drop the chin towards the chest. Base of the head and neck still reaches tall for the ceiling. With our next inhale, reaching tall through the chin, pointing high. Exhale to lower, base of the head and neck reaches for the ceiling. Good, one more time. Inhale, pointing tall. Exhale, chin to chest. From here, let's go ahead and drop the head to one side. Let's go to the right today. Right ear towards right shoulder. Good, inhale, gently falling over towards the left. Let's take that once more on each side. Inhale, dropping to the right. If this feels okay, let's go ahead and slide off that left hand to the side. As we inhale, gentle lift of the chest, letting that arm hang heavy or at a 45-degree angle, helping to release the neck muscles. Good, when you're ready, just switching those sides out, left ear towards left shoulder. If that felt good on the other side, sliding off the right hand. Full inhale to lift the chest, arm heavy, or at 45 degrees. Perfect, breathing here. As we inhale, coming back to center. Let's start to find a gentle range of motion in the neck, similar to what we did in the hips. So slowly, finding a circle one direction. Good, ranging the neck. Starting to soften the eyes here. Settling into an easy, natural pace of breath. And taking an extra moment or two of stretch wherever we feel like we need it. Good, one more gentle circle this direction. Let's take that all the way around. And we'll meet back at center. When you're ready, just taking that in reverse, the other direction. Again, nice and super slow motion to start. Just kind of noticing the path the weight of the head wants to take. Of course, backing out of anything that feels sharp or too intense. Taking an extra moment of stretch anywhere we feel needs it. Perfect. One more full, slow circle. Full, slow breath to match. all the way around. Good, one more full, slow breath. Full circle all the way around here. When we meet back at center when you're ready. Let's take a moment to put our head back on right. As we inhale, taking a sharp look straight to the left. Good, coming back to center, taking a sharp look straight off to the right. Back at center here, let's take a gentle nod of the head, yes, up and down. And a gentle shake no, left and right. Great job. We're gonna end our session with 3 full breaths today. Big inhale, reaching tall. Exhale, reaching down through the fingers. Inhale, reaching a little taller. Exhale, coming down. Good, one more time here. Big reach, as tall as we've been all day. Palms meet, coming down. Taking a moment to thank yourself for finding time to practice today, for quieting the world around us and listening to what our body's asking for. Thanks for joining me for day 8 of Recovery Chair Yoga. See you tomorrow.